Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 4 of our organizational behavior class. I hope that the last 4 weeks or 3 weeks so far have been interesting to you and that you've learned a little bit about different subjects in the organizational behavior field. I know this week we started talking a little bit about some of the motivation theories like Vroom, expectancy, and so forth, and this coming week we'll continue to talk about motivation theory because there's a lot of them out there. We'll also start talking a little bit about working in teams, working in groups, and things like that. I know that some people like to work on teams or groups and other people absolutely hate them because they feel like they get judged based on other people's performance in some cases, or that they have a loss of control in terms of their own personal performance. But as the world turns, if you will, more and more organizations are using groups and are using teams, and it's just something that all of us have to get used to, have to learn to be able to work individually or as a group. So that's be some of the things that we're talking about this week, as in addition to continuing our discussions on motivational theory and so forth. This upcoming week, I do want to remind you about a few things. You should have completed the test in week 3. If you have not, you're already late and will lose 10% of the grade for that. That test is out there and available, and you can do the test twice, and I'll take the highest grade of those 2 tests. I also want to remind you that when you take the test the second time, you will see somewhat of different questions. They may be the same in some cases, but some may be different. They're from the same chapters and the same subject, but the tests are set up to prevent cheating and so forth. So keep that in mind if you have to take the test a second time or you wish to take it a second time. I also would comment on the assignments. The assignments that you're doing so far look very, very good. A lot of good conversation and a good writing out there on the assignments that you're turning in. On the discussions, likewise, some really, really good work that you're doing there. We do have a few issues that I want to remind folks on. Some of you are not hitting the deadline for the Wednesday night post. Some of you have obviously missed the Saturday night post and get a 0 on that. And then we have some issues in terms of minimum word count or citations. So just let me remind you that there's a guidelines for discussion posts out on the syllabus or in the information section that clearly outlines how we're going to grade discussions. And I want you to be able to get the best grade that you possibly can. So to go over it one more time, discussions must be, your initial post must be turned in by midnight on Wednesday night. It should be a minimum of 150 words with 1 citation or reference that supports your opinion. After that, then you are to respond to one other student. You will read the other student's posts. One of them that you find interesting or intriguing, that you will answer it. And again, that has a minimum word count and I believe a citation that should go with that. Simply reading somebody's work and saying, "Hey Mark, I think that was a great idea, I agree with you," is not going to get you the best grade that you can get because of missing the citation and the minimum word count. Please keep those things in mind. I've seen some of you do your initial post by Wednesday night and then not respond to other students, and you end up getting a 50 because you've only done half of the work for the week. Some of you are losing some points for no citation or no references, maybe not meeting the minimum word counts, etc. So I'm not fussing at you. I'm just trying to remind you you still have plenty of time, as this is just the beginning of the 4th week, to make corrections and changes and get out of this thing with a really, really good grade. So with that said, I am going to have office hours this week on Thursday night at 8 p.m. If you want to join me and collaborate and talk and ask questions about any concerns that you're having, that is a voluntary session. You don't have to be there. It's not graded, and but it's there for me to be able to be available to you and talk to you if you have any kind of questions or concerns. The group work likewise started in week 3. From what I can see so far, that's going okay. Please let me know if you have questions or concerns there. If that's it for me for the video update for now, I'll see you in class, and I'll be looking to hear from you in the questions or in the email. So let me know if you have any concerns or problems. I'll see you in class.